think we've gone over all the rules. So Glow has not seen this PowerPoint. Glow is now in his head thinking about what in the hell he's going to talk about, but he has no idea what are in the slides for him to present. So it's going to be fun. He is presenting on this. He's going to do a great job. You have about 30 seconds per slide that you have as a minimum. So you have to talk like you're the expert, and you have to present it like you're presenting to your class. Like imagine when you're in 11th grade, you're presenting a book project. You're presenting. Okay. Glow, how do you feel before you go? How do you feel?
Pretty good.
Have you flown before?
Yes.
Okay, so you have some experience with this subject, which is good. Okay. Well, I'm going to mute myself, and then the floor is now all yours.
Right. Welcome to a presentation on how to get through airport security. Next slide, please. In order to get through airport security, you need to be fast. If you're just going in there with your PJs on from your bed, they're going to pull you over and bring you to the side. If you got to look like you're important, you want to be places. No, you have to be places. Otherwise, there's just no way. Next slide, please. That not 30 seconds? First off, before you even get to the airport, you have to get through the car maze. If you can't find your car, yes. If In order to get through this car maze, you need expertise. And in order to get through, this is kind of like a trial in order to get presented in front of the airport security guards. If you can't make it through the car maze, you can definitely not make it through airport security. Next slide. Once you're through the maze of cars, every one of those cars has an owner. If you're going to spend all day in the airport if you have to wait behind all these people. So just crawl through their legs and cut the line. It's as simple as that. Again, you are a very important person. You have your suit on. You can't wait for all these hooligans. Next slide. If you have any items in your pockets, if you've managed to somehow put your keys, your phone, then your laptop, and then a roast chicken into your pockets, you need to remove them. Otherwise, airport security will kick you right back to the end of the line. Also, be aware, do steal the tray at the end of it. If you don't, what are you going to have your items to carry? You're just going to be holding your roast chicken in your bare, grubby hands on the plane. Next slide, please. Now, be sure not to be too things, otherwise you may set off the alarm. If you act too important or arouse suspicion in any sort of manner, airport security is once again going to pull you.
Oh. Wait, okay. You just glitched out a little bit internet wise. Can you say this slide again?
If you go too hastily through the line, if you look too important, or you arouse suspicion just going generally too fast in any sort of way, airport security is going to pull you aside and throw you back to the line to teach you patience. Next slide. You're going to find these fun little printer machines that can copy yourself to inconvenience people in the line even more. Not only, you want this plane to be for yourself. If you are going through the line, eventually those hooligans are going to get through the line as well and end up on your plane. To counteract this, go through the printer. Make multiple copies of yourself, send them through the line, and hold up the line yourself. So only you can end up on this plane. Next slide, please. Be sure if you have any metal objects left over from your ultra deep pockets that can somehow house computers, be sure to T-pose in front of the guards. This will establish dominance, and they will bow and let you through. Next slide.
Wait, you paused right after the T pose. My bad.
Oh.
After T pose.
If you have any metal items in your pockets, be sure to T-pose in front of the guards. This will establish dominance and allow you to flawlessly pass through as if you were king of the airport. Next slide. And you're clear. You have successfully managed to duplicate yourself, clear of airport security, and now you have the joys of the entire flight at your disposal. Now, in order to board the plane, sometimes you'll find that there is no lobby, there is no ramp. So you get one of your clones who is way bigger than you and way more muscular to throw you into the plane. You don't want that ramp anyway. If a rogue hooligan comes scrambling into your plane and they can just take a little ramp, they're going to destroy all the goodies you have aboard, like airport, flight attendants. If there is no ramp and you can just get somebody like yourself to throw you into the plane, there is no worry for any sort of gunnery. Next slide. Enjoy your flight, because nobody else can now. You are the only one who can enjoy your flight, so you better enjoy it.
There you go. We learned absolutely nothing, but that was absolutely beautiful. That was fantastic. How do you feel? How do you feel after that?
I feel great.
You feel great?
Ready to go duplicate myself and take over a plane.
Good. Yeah, Obeto, is that how you thought it would go through the presentation? Do you think that, did you imagine that when you built it? Let's see.
Hi.
Hi, Obeto. Yeah.
Not at all. No.
No. Yeah. I didn't either when I first read through it, but I thought that was pretty funny. Glow, do you have a slide that tripped you up the most, that you thought was most difficult?
The alarm slide. I didn't know, that was such a simplistic slide. Then the Luigi slide.
This one is the hardest one in my opinion.
Yeah, the Luigi slide was definitely interesting.
Yeah. Hello, Aaron. What's up? Welcome in. We applause. Can we get a bunch of claps and applauses, or just hands or feet in the chat, just so we can celebrate Glow finishing that? Yeah, I thought this alarm one was interesting because I thought of like something like, hey, if you forget like a necklace or you forget to pull take something out of your pockets, they'll stop you. I thought Obeto, this is funny with Obeto because he just put a security hat on top of someone's head and then just put an alarm, just image. I thought that was funny. This one I thought was interesting. This one is when the presentation went a direction I didn't think it was gonna go. So I didn't think of this as a copy machine, and I thought that was pretty funny. When you said that, it looks like a copy machine now.
Oh yeah, I know it's just meant to detect metal objects, but I liked my idea better.
All right, Toasty, thank you so much for that, Hosty. I appreciate you. What did you say, Obeto?
I was surprised with that because I thought it was going to be obvious. Like, okay, it's the X-ray machine that you put your luggage in. You just simply go through it. They X-ray you instead.
Oh, and Earth, thank you so much for that follow. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Earth. Welcome to our flock. Welcome to the family. Yeah, I definitely didn't think that, Obeto, either. Oh, but also, if you want to turn your video on, you can, and we can get your video set up too.
This was actually my favorite slide because it allowed me to. This was easy enough. And then it influenced the other slides, so if I had any troubles, I could always go back to the many, many clones you've made.
Yeah, that's funny you say that. Yo, thank you so much for that hosty as well, Tens. I'm gonna get I just want to make sure we get Glow back so we can see. No, Glow, you don't have to turn your video off. You can stay. We're still talking. Unless you don't want your video. Just the chatting for now. Trying to just move you back. Welcome to the Flat family. It's great to hang with ya. It's great to hang with Earth. Yeah, this really did kind of just start derailing in a good way. The entire presentation. I thought it was pretty funny. Oh, is Glow's video off? That's okay. Are y'all's videos trying to be on?
Yeah.
Or
you have to click on them. You're hiding them from yourself.
oh, I didn't realize that. You're right. I just don't know how to use Discord.
There we go.
There we go. We got both of them.
Your clear slide was the end of the presentation.
I thought so too.
Nah, if you're all clear, you're good to continue on.
I didn't realize that. And then I forgot that there's this one too. I remember seeing this one and being like, what? That's crazy. That's so funny. You did a good job. You did a very, very, very good job. I want to make sure that I have a lot of tabs open. Close that.
Like the hardest part was literally just like finding good pictures that were like clear and didn't have 50 different watermarks on it.
Yeah.
Agreed.
That's true.
Some of my pictures are just low quality.
Yeah, like the SpongeBob's thing. I'm like, I really wanted that. Like, oh, that was another thing I wasn't expecting. It was supposed to be just like the lining up part of like the airport thing.
That's
like,
true.
I wanted to use this, and like I couldn't find a big enough picture for it to be clear. So it's just like this great low quality thing.
I 100% thought that this slide you were going to talk about how the line is so long for airport security and sometimes you have to wait for forever. But no. You talked about going through people's legs. I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was so funny that we went that direction with it.
I mean, it worked. Everything. Also, another thing, the car maze. I thought it was just kind of be a thing to be like, make sure you get there early or else you're not going to find parking or anything. But no, you went with like labyrinth.
That's what happens when you build a presentation and you have other people. Wait, Glow, or not Glow. Obeto, can you talk for a second?
Hello?
Okay, I just want to make sure you're loud enough.
I can be louder if you want me to.
No, you're perfect. I'm just adjusting your loudness, so. Okay, I think that was good. Okay, Glow, last question before I kick you off the island. Now that you've presented Obeto's slides, how do you feel for Obeto about to present your slides? Are you excited?
I only included 1 or 2 pictures each slide, so this one kind of puts mine a little to shame. I feel like there's not enough content compared to these ones.
Good. That's perfect. That'll make it even harder for Obeto.
I mean, like, most of my pictures weren't that much. Like, the first few were just one picture, like the car, the suit, the lining up. So this was the chicken one was like the first one that was like I started doing multiple things, but it's not really too many things that have multiple pictures on it. So I think it'll be fine.
Before I remove Glows, thank you so much, Glow, again. We appreciate you.
Recent.
Did he glitch out for you, Obeto, too?
Yeah, he's glitching out.
What'd you say?
For some reason, I decided to title my slides, and looking back, that was probably a bad idea.
That's okay. That's okay. We'll see how they go from there. We'll see how Obeto adapts. But okay.
Yeah. All right, Obeto, you're up.
Yay!
How do you feel about it?
Let me know when I can watch your screen.
Okay. I have to pull up the next thing, and then we will be good. Wednesday intense. It's fun. Nice shirt. Thanks so much for the TikTok shirt. What's up, funniest? We're doing our improv night. So we just had our very first improv. Now we're gonna have our second improv. That I'm excited for. Glow just did his. So what they're doing is Glow makes Glow made Obeto slides. Obeto made Glow slides. And they're presenting it like they're the experts. But the only thing is, they are not the experts. They have absolutely no idea what they're about to talk about. How do you feel? How do you feel, Obeto?
Nervous?
Okay. Are you ready?
Sure.
Okay. Cool. So, here's your topic. This is your topic. You're going to. You're going to be talking about a real place today. It is a real place on the planet, I think. I hope. Have you ever been to Ohio?
No.
No, you've never been to Ohio. Do you know anything about Ohio?
No.
I think that's perfect then, right? That means this will be a perfect presentation that I think you're ready for. Also, it's nice to see you wearing a different shirt.
Thank you.
Context for those that don't know, every time I've been on a voice call with Obeto, he has somehow always been in the same exact tank top.
I was really debating wearing it just to see what your reaction would be, but I'm like, nah.
It's funny. It's so funny. Calling it now, there's going to be a pick of 2Q. I don't know. We'll have to see if there's a pick of 2Q or not. It's where LeBron James is from. I did not know that, funniest. I didn't know that at all. But okay. Obeto, before you go, any comments, concerns, anything you want to say before you start presenting?
I had a lot of concerns, but let's do it.
Okay, good. Well, the floor is yours. Just a final bit of context. So he has never seen these slides before. He does not know what he's about to present, and you're not actually going to learn anything because he's going to be making it up all on the spot. That's what improv is. So, okay. The floor is now yours. Good luck. You have to spend 30 seconds on each slide minimum-ish. You can't just say, like, this is a cow, and then that's it. So you gotta make a story. So good luck. It's all yours.
Welcome, everybody, to this presentation of welcoming you to the good old land of Ohio. Or it could also possibly be Iowa. We're not sure about that yet. The jury's still out. But anyways, next slide. Now, you see, Ohio is quite famous for one thing called football. Now, you see, it might be different to the football you're thinking. In this one, everyone just simply wears heavy armor and they just go bashing each other. They just go running into each other, knocking each other out. There's absolutely no point to this other than pure carnage and chaos. They just want to cause as much damage as possible, just getting really into it. Aggression is key. The stronger you are, the more victories you'll have under your belt. Just pure and utter carnage. Next slide, please. Now, farming. You see, this ain't your Minecraft farming that you just plant a couple bits of wheat or anything. This is Ohio farming. It's intense. It's just pure and utter vast land fields of just tons of different crops, anything that your mind could possibly think of. Just, you think that it's only vegetables and stuff, but no, you're farming anything you could think of. Just from trees to plants of any different type of species, fruits, vegetables. Sometimes you can even have animals. Who knows? It's possible. Anything's possible in Ohio. Next slide, please. You see, this is where everybody gets confused because there is no Ohio. Is this, hold on, this is kind of out of character. Is this part of the thing? Or?
Yeah, keep going. I messed up. You're good.
Okay. Error. The thing is, Ohio doesn't actually exist. It's all made up. There is no Ohio. The government's been lying to you all this time. There's nothing there. It might look like there is, but Ohio doesn't exist. Remember that. Next slide, please. You see, the whole reason that some people are starting to realize that Ohio doesn't exist is the potholes. What these potholes really are glitches in the matrix. You see, this is where people can sometimes fall in and out of what we consider Ohio. It's just the ins and outs and escape rooms that we can get through. It's just the access to it, the access to the real world. Next slide, please. Yeah, no, it wouldn't be any other place if there wasn't fast food. Presumably McDonald's. We all know that McDonald's has capitalized on every single part of the universe. It's from planet to planet, coast to coast. It's everywhere. They know everything. They see everything. It's everywhere. You can't escape McDonald's. Nobody can. It will find you. Next slide, please. Now, like any other place, it has a vast and utter beautiful city skyline, tons of different skyscrapers and buildings where they keep all their interesting little experiments running. Because remember, Ohio doesn't exist. This is where all the servers actually are, and making people think that Ohio exists. This is where it's all being run from all these giant skyscrapers in the cities. It's just their processing powered server rooms. Yeah. Next slide, please. Cities you can never leave. Exactly. Because they don't want you to leave. You can't leave. There is no escape from Ohio. It doesn't exist. You can't escape it. Once you're in there, you're in there. You might think that the potholes are your way out, but that's just to make you think you have an escape. All right, I guess we're going to the next slide. No? All right. You see, to make you think that Ohio is an actual place and a place where you'd want to be, they have attractions. Things like anybody other have. Cool, fun, giant monuments to their pride. These giant pyramids and other beautiful works of art that just, basically it's a trophy for them. It's just saying, ha, look at us. We are keeping you under our control and you have nothing to do with it. Look at this giant monument to my ego. You can't do anything about it. You're here. You're stuck. Next slide, please. Now the festivities. Every so often in the year, they throw these giant festivals. It's fireworks, explosions, parties. Makes everybody have a good time. This is actually their brainwashing scheme to make you think that you're still in a real place. All these fancy lights and all these things are just here to hypnotize you into thinking, hey, Ohio's probably an actual place, right? Right? Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's real. Uh-huh. Yeah. Next slide, please. Yep. Did we skip a slide by accident?
It just pops up for a second and then goes away.
All right. Well, I saw it enough. You see, there's a secret army in Ohio. If people start to think that, hey, maybe this isn't what it actually seems to be, then you'll probably start to trip the microchip that they always plant in your brain, which also helps in the brainwashing process. And if you start to question their authority, the secret police will come and they will eliminate you. Next slide, please. Thank you for coming to Ohio. There's totally no corruption in our government and it totally is real. It all exists. You're here. You can totally leave, right? But you don't really have a reason to leave. Why would you leave Ohio? Ohio is a great place. Totally, right? Thank you for coming to Ohio. Next slide.
That's it. You did it. You completed the presentation. Hello, Glowby. Thanks so much for that, host. How do you feel about it now that you finished your PowerPoint?
Felt pretty good, actually.
Good. If y'all have claps, y'all have applauses, can y'all give claps and applauses to Obeto? He did a great job. Both of our presenters did a fantastic job today. What slide, the usual question, what slide tripped you up the most? You went definitely directions I didn't even think of going, but what slide was the hardest?
I wouldn't say necessarily that there was a specific hard slide. I just would say that they were all like very different from each other, and it was kind of hard to make like a story type of thing, since they were all super random and just like different. Everything's completely different.
That's true.
So
this was, I think, the
that's
first
like
slide deck that doesn't have stuff in a specific story. But I like it because it makes you, it forced you to create a story, and you just went to the normal story that we always talk about, how it doesn't exist.
Yeah, I'm like, Ohio, okay, so 2Q probably wanted me to do something with like a meme, which our meme is Ohio doesn't exist. So I kind of went towards that, and it kind of, for some way, the way Glow made it, it worked pretty well.
It did work. The way he had the eyeballs, and
Like,
you
he
can
had
never
it, like,
leave us.
The air, like when I saw the error, I'm like, this is the perfect time to introduce like Ohio doesn't exist. I'm like, okay, I know what I'm doing now. And then like the secret police thing, I'm like, this is perfect.
Yeah. Yo, what's up, Nadia? How you doing? Oh, have fun, Glub. Yeah, I loved this era. I was excited. I didn't know that it was, I should have gone through it and actually presented it. Because when this was happening, I actually held down and just went to the end. I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
confused me. I'm like, ooh, what's going on?
That was, yeah, I know. That was confusing.
That's one thing I didn't do with mine. I didn't have any like transactions, like transitions or anything like that, since it can be like just basic. Okay, it's just picture to picture to picture.
Good. No more crutches is good. Obeto, which deck do you think was harder? This one or the one you made?
To like present,
Yeah.
I feel like this one was harder just because like it was like so much more random.
So random.
With mine,
Which is
I kind
good.
of like I got advice from GQ and Patch. They kind of said like play it out like the steps if you were actually to go, and then make memes basically off of that.
That's true. That's good. I'm trying to think what else. We'll get Glow in here then. We'll get Glow. Glow, did he present it how you thought he would present it?
For the most part, I loved how he went with the anomalous Ohio theme. Started off normal with football and farming, and then after the error, it goes a little mysterious.
It really does. Everything goes mysterious after that because you have the weird text, you have the eyeballs, you have the you can never leave us. The attractions was fine. I didn't even realize that there was the secret like army thing at first glance until that was new to me.
Behind the fireworks in the festivities tab.
Yeah, that
I
was
have a
completely
PR
new.
install of that. And I made it so that it would only show for about a second before it faded out, along with the rest of the image. And from that, you're just kind of supposed to move on. It's the entire idea was, oh no, we don't have a secret army. That was nothing. Don't mind that.
It was funny. That definitely made me laugh. I liked it a lot. I also thought your football slide, Obeto, the way you presented the football slide was just absolutely just completely random but funny. You're like, oh, it's different. Anarchy.
Yeah, well,
Chaos.
I don't know anything about sports, so I'm like, gee, what am I supposed to do about football? Guys in armor. Yeah, they look like they just run into each other. Yeah, let's just go pure and utter carnage.
Yeah, Glow, were you going for Ohio State on how they're like a big football school?
I just searched Ohio football, made sure it said Ohio and football, and got the image. Unfortunately, that along with the potholes image were very low quality.
That's totally okay. That was funny. I love how you added in error, just randomness. I think that's the best part. That's my favorite part to them. Just to see what randomness that people come up with on to prepare for the other person. I think this is a very, very, very fun event. Did y'all have fun?
I had fun, yeah. This was
Good. You had fun making it. Glow, did you have fun as well?
I like how Obeto handled the McDonald's side with the eyes popping out and then fading away.
I think so
I
too.
didn't even realize it. I didn't realize it until I saw, okay, I'm like, oh shoot, I have to like do something with this now. Like, they're everywhere. They know everything. They see all. What you don't know is McDonald's is actually running Ohio.
They are
And
Ohio clicked the eyes to activate at the perfect moment.
I was thinking that too, because I knew they were in the presentation because I quickly looked over it and I was like, wait, where are they? I was like, oh, he'll probably have them pop up. So then halfway through, I was like, I'll just have them pop up and see what Obeto does. I didn't know that they were going to go away though. So luckily Obeto saw them at the perfect time and adapted in time. That was perfect. That was funny. I enjoyed that. I think these are very, very good. This goes down in our NHL Hall of Fame, or NFL Hall of Fame is in Ohio. This goes down in the PowerPoint Improv Hall of Fames for sure. Absolutely.